Hi guys, how are you? So long time no see. I feel like I owe you guys an explanation because it's been a while since I posted a video. But in my excuse, the holidays have been busy. I have been all over the place, so I did not have enough time to record or edit. As you all know, I do that by myself. But hopefully in the near future, I will have some help so that I can be consistent. But either way, I am promising consistency come 2025. So my name is Lilian Momina. I'm a registered dietitian, and I want to talk about festivities hack or holiday hacks that ensures that you actually enjoy the celebrations and you still maintain good nutrition and health status. Let me just ask you a question, and I would like to read about it in the comment section. So what challenges do you actually have when it comes to the festivities? For instance, if you are struggling with something like diabetes or hypertension or even weight, and now the festive or the holidays are here, and as we all understand, in Kenya and in most African region, food is the center of all festivities and celebrations. Like where I come from, during the holidays, people travel home, and when you go to each and every homestead, you're actually expected to have a bite from each so that you don't show disregard or disrespect to their feelings. So you're supposed to eat. So I get a lot of questions, especially around whether holiday calories actually matter. As you all understand, kids have been at home for the last 2 months, and this means that for most homesteads, they have been cooking more and definitely eating more. So definitely, if you are in a situation whereby excess intake of calories has been consistent, definitely you're going to have a negative impact when it comes to your nutrition and health status with trajectory of gaining weight, because continuous overconsumption of energy and calories definitely leads to at least 0.5 to 1 kg of weight gain weekly. And if it's like compounding to a month, compounding to 2 months, you're definitely going to experience some changes even in your waist length. So yes, holidays, calories do matter. And in another situation, let's say the festivities, let's say something like Jamhuri Day or Christmas celebration, or even the Boxing Days, that is basically 2 days. Your body is actually wired to deal with the excesses of that particular day, so nothing will actually happen to you. But of course, because you have been practicing good practices like mindful eating, like you understand the importance of selection, portion control and such, you're definitely less likely to overeat than someone who is not. So in this particular video, we're going to talk about how to avoid overeating without looking like you're avoiding celebrations. We're also going to talk about the importance of budgeting and how to avoid overspending during the festivities and the holidays. So if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing and give this video a like so that we continue growing. So the first thing that I usually talk about when it comes to overeating and holidays, for seasons like Christmas or even December, this is where most companies are having their galas, their end year parties and such. You might want not to overeat, but the environment that you are in might actually predispose you to taking up certain foods like nyama choma, chapati, pilaus and such. And you see, these galas come with dessert. There's ice cream, there's cakes, and because in Kenya we take joy in eating, the food will be in plenty. So your boss is there, everyone is there, your colleagues are there, and let's say you have been doing some type of way of living when it comes to food, and now you're kind of forced to actually engage in what is happening within your environment. So how do you maneuver that? I always insist on being very aware of the foods that you're going to select in your plate. Denser foods like protein, fiber-rich foods like fruits and vegetables. There are going to be different salads that are going to be served in Kenya. We normally skip that and go all the way to the nyama choma in the cake section. Get even to taste the different types of cuisines, because I went somewhere and we were served Italian and I was very impressed. And also try and avoid as much as you can the sweetened flavors, because they are also there. Ask the people serving, they will tell you, because most of them are aware of what they are going to serve. They are actually supposed to be aware, if not aware. The next thing is, of course, on selection of maybe protein, because protein again is denser, it comes with better nutrients, and it's also filling. And of course, if it comes with healthier fats, the better. Things like an egg when you're doing your snack for tea or for your 4 p.m. or even do nuts and some milk or something like that, to avoid over consuming the processed and refined or even the sweets, the cookies, the cakes that are going to be there. That will actually help with that. And again, apart from being filling, protein is very good for essential functions in the body like cell renewal, repair, muscle building and such, and all these are very important in controlling and regulating your hormones, hormonal function, blood sugar control, and many other functions that protein is needed. So make sure that you're taking enough protein. Another thing that I want to talk about when it comes to overeating is basically watching on your portions. This sounds like something that we have sung about it, but some people are yet to get the importance of portion control. When someone is telling you to do portion control, they're not telling you to eat and not get full. They're telling you to be mindful of what you're eating to avoid overeating, because your body has a certain capacity when it comes to the foods that it actually requires. Like, I know my intake should not go beyond 2-5 per day. That would be actually be overdoing it. So when I'm serving a food, regardless of how much I want that food to be, I am mindful. I am not even stressful. I'm just mindful. I am aware of the fact that I need to make sure that I am combining my meals well. So if you're trying to actually reduce your intake, let's say you want to go to something like 2,000, it is very wise for you to select a smaller plate. Of course, if you're in a situation like my rural area whereby the plates are just the same size, if they are small, they are all small, because like events like maybe funerals or weddings usually have specific plates to control meal intake, because people can actually take meals. So avoid going for a second round. I just remembered people like going for second round. Wait for at least 20 minutes before you can do that. And even after the 20 minutes, take some sips of water to actually see if you're actually hungry or you're just being greedy. Sorry to say that. Anyway, let's not normalize greed taking control of what is happening around us. Let's do something like a smaller plate that is well portioned and it's actually well balanced. Then when you're eating, be very mindful of your practices. Sit down, be calm, remember to chew your food. Let your body get in touch with what is happening in your mouth. Chew your food so that you prepare your digestive acids and enzymes for digestion, so that you avoid things like bloating. And when you're doing that, also remember to make sure that you're trying as much as you can to select foods that are well combined to avoid the nutrient interactions that might be negative and impact nutrient uptake negatively. That is very important. We tend to forget that. Another thing that I always emphasize on, if you have been watching me for a while, you know, is on the importance of being well hydrated. Hydration is very critical, especially in this time of the year, because in Kenya we call it drink December. Very bad. It needs to change. Let's remember that alcohol comes with empty calories, and the mixers that we are using to take our alcohol, they're all sugary, and we're also adding into the empty calories and doing our livers damage. The WHO recently classified alcohol as a toxin. This means there's no safe limit, as we were preaching earlier. So the alcohol that you're taking is harmful to your system, and if you continuously take it every other day, the effect and the harm is compounding, so your body and your system is going to get damaged more and more. So take breaks between your drinks. Do like 2 or 3 days without taking any form of alcohol, and then you do practices like maybe supporting your liver for detox, ensuring that you're doing something like lemon water, doing wheatgrass, being well hydrated, because again, alcohol comes with dehydration. And of course, another thing that is not so common during December is physical movements. People are not going to the gym during December. People are not running. People are not even keeping up with their steps because it's December and they want to be celebrating. So let's normalize moving. Even if you're in your home or in your rural area, go for walks, like go visit your moms, your auntie. And you know, the good thing with some homestays like where I come from, they are not like so closely together, they are a bit afar. So when you're going to visit your aunt, you'll walk like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So do that after a meal, a heavy meal. When you do lunch or you do a heavy breakfast, it helps with digestion, excreting of toxins like the fecal matter. The sweating is also very important. It's also great for building muscle, that is good for blood sugar control, especially for someone struggling with diabetes and such and such. Now we have talked about how to overcome overeating. Now let's talk about how to overcome overspending on food and other consumables during the festivities. The first thing that you need to do is have a budget, or work with a budget, especially with your healthy meals. In Kenya, we are fortunate enough because healthy meals are not as expensive as the unhealthy ones. If you are to go and have your KFC chicken and chips, and I am going to have maybe, let's say, pork, ugali and some veggies, I'm definitely going to pay less than you. If your daily budget allocation for food is, let's say, 600 for a family of 4 or 3, try as much as you can to maintain that during the holidays. Remember to be very mindful of your finances. Also take advantage of offers that we have for food, but prepare your meals if you can. If you cannot, talk to your household, try as much as you can to make them understand the importance of avoiding food wastage. So do not throw away leftovers. You can recreate other meals with the leftovers. Let's say if you cooked rice, because most people do not eat the plain rice during Christmas, they want to just have the pilau. You can actually try to do like vegetable rice the next day before it goes bad. And if you have a freezer or a fridge, you can store. If not, try as much as you can to again call your neighbors or your relatives to have it. Let's avoid wasting food as much as we can, because even in the holy book, it is wrong to waste food, and your neighbor or your friend might be sleeping hungry. Now, after we are done with the festivities, how do we transition to the new year or